Okay, so linear equations. On all of these, you're going to see that it tells you which variable to solve for, okay? So before, we would have to solve for whatever variable there was. On this case, you're going to solve for a specific variable because there's multiple variables. Okay, on the first few, I put numbers with it to try to help you out a little bit, and then it just goes to straight letters. Okay, so we're solving for x. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is find that variable and see what you need to, so we're trying to isolate that variable and get it by itself. So we need to solve for x. So what needs moved first? The plus 4. How do I move a plus 4? We subtract 4, subtract 4. Okay, so over here, u minus 4, okay, is still going to be u minus 4. Okay, you can write it in a straight line or you can write it up and down. Okay, I suggest in a straight line. So what do you have left on the other side? Well, we got a negative 4x. Okay, and I'll remind you, what variable are we trying to solve for? X. So now how do I get x by itself? Okay, well right now it says negative 4x. Okay, what's that mean when they're right next to each other? It means times, so we need to divide it by negative 4. So we say divide by negative 4. Okay, well if I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other side. Okay, so I got u minus 4 over negative 4 equals x. Okay, I really didn't change anything over here. Okay, once we said divide, it's just kind of writing it nicer. That's it. Okay, and this is our actual answer. And we did, the whole goal here was to get x by itself, and that's what we did. Okay. Okay, look at 3. What's our variable we're trying to solve for? A. Okay, we're trying to get a by itself. So right here's our a. Okay, so what needs moved first? Everything that's on a side of the equal sign needs moved to the other side. So we got to move the 3 first. Same thing, we got to move the kid first. So we're going to say minus 3, minus 3. So I got u minus 3 equals 3a. Okay, and then still we're trying to get the a by itself. So what do we need to do next? Divide by 3 on both sides. Hello. Who's this? For what? I'm in the middle of teaching right now. Give me like 20 minutes. So we say divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, so these 3's cancel. And same thing, we got u minus 3 over 3 equals a. Okay, look at 5. What letter are we solving for? We're solving for x. Okay, the same way with the last problem, we had to add or subtract something first. So what needs moved first? Okay, so right here's the x, right? That means that everything is on the x side needs moved to the other side. So the 1 we're never going to touch because that's on the opposite side of the x. So what needs moved? The 4c first. Okay, so in order to move anything minus, we have to make it a plus. So we're going to say plus 4c plus 4c. So I got negative 2x equals 1 plus 4c. Okay, and then our next step is going to be to do what? Divide. Okay, and that's what we've been doing. Almost every single problem, we're moving something first, okay, and then the number that's next to whatever letter we're trying to solve for, we divide, okay? And so usually you're going to either add or subtract, and then your last step is going to be divide by whatever numbers with that variable. So divide by negative 2. Okay, Okay, so we got x equals 1 plus 4c over negative 2. Bless you. Okay, I want you to just take a second before you flip your page and really look at the front page. Okay? Here we said minus 3 first. Okay? Here we said plus 4c first. Here we said minus 4 first. And then our last step was to whatever we had next to the variable, in this case negative 4, we said divide by negative 4. We said divide by 3. Okay, we said divide by negative 2. You're going to add or subtract, okay, and then you're going to divide every single time. Okay, so don't get so caught up in like all these variables and stuff. Almost all of them are going to be around the same steps, okay, especially when you're working with numbers. Okay, so look at 7. What letter are we trying to solve for? Huh? X. Okay, what is on X's side that is going to need moved? The M. Okay, what does that bar mean? It means divide. So how do we move something? Multiply by M. Okay, and if I do it one side by M, I got to do the other side by M. So I got M times Z is going to equal X. Good morning. Sure. Okay, look at 9. What letter are we solving for? A. So what is on A's side of the equal sign that's going to need moved? K needs moved. How do I move a minus K? Plus K. Okay, see how this says minus K plus K? That means that they're going to cancel. And over here we got U plus K equals A. Okay, and now we see that A is by itself, so we're done. Okay, look at 11. What letter are we solving for? A. What is on A side that needs moved? C. How do I move a C? Minus C. Say minus C, minus C. So I'm going to have G minus C equals A. What letter are we solving for? X. What is on X's side that needs moved? The minus M. How do I move a minus M? Plus M. So I got Z plus M equals X.